Yo, welcome to another episode of Black Man's Thoughts. This one's going to be short. Um, I just wanted to come on here and and say happy birthday to the legend, the leader, the great Malcolm X. Um, there's few people that inspire um, generations. There's few people that are able to really lead a whole group of people. There's few people that was able to say I was in a civil rights um, era, but there's only few people that can say, um, you know, that they were one of the greatest leaders ever. When we talk about Peyton Manning and Ray Lewis and Belichick and so forth and so forth, that's a sport. Nobody's lives are involved in it. It's a game. They go home and they subject to the rules that must be followed. But Malcolm X, born May 19th, 1925, uh, was a man who started off like most typical brothers do, uneducated, having a story behind him, having, uh, just pent up anger and frustration and street life. No pride in himself. And the pride that he did have, like most young brothers, is false pride. It's yeah, I can I can go out there and make some money. I can do this. I can do this. But it's not real man pride, and I'll explain that in a second. But to speed this up, turning point, he goes to prison, and in prison, he becomes a different person. He becomes somebody that you know was, I hate to say in layman terms, he was a monster or a beast, but he became what we know as a man's man, a leader, somebody who self-willed himself through the pain, frustration, um, and understanding his worth, understanding that he was more than just the average so-called black man on the streets. He was somebody. What's up, God's son? What's up, man? Salute to you. Um, he was somebody who took reading serious. He was somebody who wanted to know more about himself. He was somebody who wanted to know more about who he come from, his ancestors, and the problems that face Black America. Malcolm X, man, he was somebody like influenced me. Watching that movie over and over and over, reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. I think by Alex Haley. Um, Salute to you, man. Happy birthday to you, man. I'm talking about Malcolm X birthday, man. Too. Hey, both of y'all. It's a good day, May 19th, right? But anyway, he was somebody that motivated me in understanding what is a name. Understand that the names that you were given is not maybe the name that you are. That doesn't represent who your person is or who your future is. And even me, not even going by my government name anymore, but understanding my Hebrew name and how that is me. That's more me than my government name, because my government name represented the past. It represented a lack of information that I had, or a lack of accepting of a culture. And now that I've entered a culture, I've accepted my culture, and I start walking through my cultural um, path, I understand that what is a name really worth. And he transformed his name to Malcolm X, understanding that he'll get his last name once he reconnects with his land and his ancestors, and that our names have been stripped away. He motivated on that. He really made me think on that, on understanding your name and what you want to leave behind with your sons. What are their sons going to be? What are they going to look at you as? Michael X was a true leader. Stop picking your head, boy. He was a true leader in the sense that he went out there where life was on the line and spoke his mind. He taught in colleges. He taught in debates on TV. He went into some of the top colleges and had debates and conversations and he blew through them all because he understood who he was, and he understood what he represented. He didn't have that childhood pride anymore. He had the grown man pride and understand of who you are, and be okay to be called I am Malcolm X in front of everybody, and not caring what your mama say, what your sister say, what your brother say, but call me who I tell y'all to call, and that is Malcolm X. I'm going to live my life of how I want to live, and I want you to respect me. That's what pride is. That's when you're able to look your own family in the eye and still do and perform the thoughts that are in your head. You know what I mean? And you don't have to hide. You don't have to sneak and commit crime to do so. You take your position serious and you work hard to dedicate your craft. And I just want to say happy birthday to Malcolm X and my man Godson. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, G. This, a lot of times they push Martin Luther King, and the society tells you who they want your leaders to be, but this was our leader. This was somebody that he was a leader of leaders. You know what I mean? And we can't let society tell us who our leaders are going to be. We have to uplift and remember our ancestors and the brothers that paved the way. We get kind of lackadaisical because we can go to the movies and watch the Ravens and go to restaurants, and we can talk all this crap online, but it was because of Malcolm X, who didn't have online. He was in your face, and he was on the street corners, and he went into churches and different areas and still spoke the same things that people speak, or people are afraid to speak in person, that they so freely speak behind the camera. So again, just want to say happy birthday to Malcolm X, man. He really inspired me on what a leader is supposed to be and how he's supposed to act, and the way he's supposed to talk and lead his people. So salute to Malcolm X, man. And we have leaders today, and we just want to say and salute them as well, man. But today is Malcolm X, man. Salute to you, man. Y'all take it easy. Black Man Stocks. Thanks for tuning in.